For Sequoia Creek hole 3 in a tailwind, you are going to send it on this hole. You can use a power 3 with my APOC, but if you do not have an APOC, I suggest using a Zerk ball if you have it. You're going to stretch out and have your yellow ring in the middle of the fairway, and then you're going to adjust your shot with a plus 10% over adjustment of your shot at maximum distance of your club. Push up to max, and then you're going to use full overpower and a little bit of right curl as well. Full top spin and about 1 to 2 bars of right spin. For your second shot, you can play a bounce over shot, which is going to play anywhere between 10% and 15% elevation. It just depends on the wind angle and the wind strength of what elevation you would use for that bounce over shot. Here I'm playing a sniper backspin shot to the hole. You can also play this with your long iron if you're up far enough, and I play this with a plus 15% over adjustment of my shot. If the wind is a little stronger, I'm going to play with a plus 20% over adjustment of my shot at the slider of my club. So there's two ways that you can actually play it, but the elevation is going to be a little bit different depending on the wind direction and the wind strength as well, so just be wary, and you're just going to have to experiment with the second shot to see what elevation best works for you. More times than not, you're going to be getting a headwind on this hole, and there's two paths that you can take. Here I'm going to show you the left-hand side. I'm going to do max top spin and aim my ball guide down the center of the fairway on the left-hand side, and then I'm going to over adjust my shot with a plus 10% over adjustment at maximum distance of my club. I'm just basically trying to aim my ball guide down the center of the fairway, and then I'll adjust my shot and then take my shot. For your second shot, I'm going to play also with a plus 10% over adjustment of my shot. And if you get a headwind in this scenario, you can do the sniper hook, which is going to be about 25 rings. But here I'm adjusting my shot with a plus 10% over adjustment of my shot, and then I'm going to push up to max and use full overpower and curl to get me to the green. I should have used a little bit more curl here than I had, so you're going to have to make sure you judge that curl to get you around to the green a little bit more. But if you do have a headwind on this shot, your second shot's going to be a little bit more tricky, and it's going to play anywhere between 10 and 15% elevation. The second shot got me up far enough to where I could just play the end bringer rule on my third shot. Here I'm stretching out to max. I'm trying to judge where I am in my club. I think I figured it to be about 50% of my club, so I played this at 50% club with a plus 20% over adjustment of my shot. So I'm just basically playing the end bringer rule here. The second path you can take in a headwind is going to your right. So when you have a headwind here, I move my ball guide a little bit back, or my target back, and I use about 4 to 5 bars of top spin and max left spin. I'm aiming my ball guide down the center of the fairway and away from the rough to the right. I'm going to over adjust my shot at max distance with a plus 10% over adjustment of my shot. So even though I'm not in max distance, I'm still adjusting for max distance. I'm just trying to stay away from that rough as much as I can. And I used a little bit of overpower, but you don't need to. You can supplement that with top spin. But this is another way that you can play this. You just got to be careful of the rough on the left and the right. And it is pretty much threading the needle down to the fairway here. You just got to make sure that you don't go long. So about 4 to 5 bars of top spin here. For my second shot here, I'm using 0% max distance of my club, so a 0% elevation. I'm going to do max top spin and a little bit of left spin. I'm going to eyeball how many rings I need as a push-up to get my ball guide to roll through the rough and onto the green. So again, I'm adjusting this at 0% max, and then I'm going to do a full push up on my shot, and I used a little bit of baby overpower as well to help it get through that rough. So I really didn't need to use the overpower, but I just used baby overpower just in case. So you're just going to have to eye, and it's a lot of this hole is a play by feel hole for this second shot. So play with it, but it does play with the 0% elevation for that second shot, and then you're going to set yourself up for an easy chip or an easy putt. Hopefully this guide helps you guys out, and remember, hit perfect and happy golfing.